Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? This is Charwick. We on our next episode of Case Studies, episode 6, Case Studies. We want to thank you guys for tuning in today. We got a special guest in the studio with us today, and I'm gonna come right back and talk to her in just a quick second. But Charwick Reed Case Studies, sole proprietor of Live Wicks and Platinum Wicks Studios. It's 2405 South Collins Street, Arlington, Texas. So make sure you guys follow Live Wicks and Platinum Wicks Studio. Case Studies, episode 6. We got in the building with us the lovely, award-winning playwright, wife, mother, I don't even know what it's called, songwriter, producer, entrepreneur, everything, all the above. Miss Evelyn Jones Reed.
Hey,
What's going on?
happy to be here.
Sorry for talking on all that, first and foremost.
I'm
So-
happy to be here and excited.
Well, that's good. That's good. We're happy to have you here on the show today, and it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to have you take up your time in the day and come and sit down with us and talk with us. Let us know what's going on with you.
Well, thank you for the invite.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I'm super excited about today. I'm a little bit nervous because you know how it is. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't hold me, but I'm a little bit nervous. But we're gonna jump right into
Okay.
it. Okay. And I don't want to take a lot of your time. But how are you?
I'm good, and I'm even better to be here today.
This is
I'm
awesome.
good.
This is awesome. I know you're a little bit nervous because you didn't know what the question
I
I
know.
was going to be asking. So, I had brother husband over there. He was on that nervous with you. I'm like, he's sweating. I got he's sweating too, man. I just don't know how I feel. You know, I'm sweating. I ain't never had a celebrity in my presence interviewing. So first question. I got about 75 questions for you.
Okay.
Not really 75. But what has life been like? What was life like for you as a kid growing
Well, I grew up in Flagstaff, Arizona,
up?
and I had a speech impairment, which I'm pretty sure most people have heard me talk about it. I grew up the 10th of 10 children. It was his, hers, and ours. My father had 2, my mother had 3, and then they had 5 together, and I was the baby of that. I grew up with a speech impairment because I was brutally raped at 5 years old, and I did not speak for an entire year because of it.
Wow.
So for me, my life was with my dogs. Those were my best friends.
So those were really, like right now we always ask people, well, what was your favorite toy? What was your favorite as far as thing? You grew up in a house of 10, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up in a house of 10,
you
but
grew up in a house of 10.
it was 10.
It
Yeah.
was 10 of
10. Yeah. I was
So-
the product of they were not having any more kids, and I popped up.
I'm glad you said so. Oops. I understand.
That was oops. Yeah. My brothers have children that are my age.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So it was fun every day for you. So growing up, what did you just to be straight to? What was it that you wanted to become?
I always, after I found out that I had the ability to act, I always wanted to. I love theater. I love theater. I went to school. Actually, I studied. It was then TCJC. Now it's TCC. So I got my social from there. Then I went to UTA. Arlington. I didn't get the actual degree from UTA, but I did get the 2-year at TCC.
I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. Flag stuff, right?
Okay.
And growing up, obviously, was like as a kid, what was your favorite toy? What do you want to become? Question a lot of people don't ask you. Like, what was your parents like? How they mold you? What were some of the things that they instilled in you?
My parents were good parents. My father, he didn't come into the knowledge of the Lord until maybe about 3 years before he passed. A lot of characters I can get from him because he was the type of person that would drank and cuss you out.
My
He
dad,
carried a gun.
my dad.
He carried a gun all the time.
Okay.
But he loved us. I knew that
That's
part.
right.
But he didn't. My father didn't take no mess from nobody. That was him. He didn't take no mess. And my mother was the Christian. She sung in the choir, ushered in the choir, cooked in the church, all of that. That was her. He was the heathen and she was the saint.
Right.
But they made it work.
Wow. You know what? That makes me think of my mother and father because they were saying my dad would cuss you out.
That's how he was.
Have any drink? You know, my mother, I ain't never seen my mother in a pair of jeans before. But he would cuss you out till you hear. You know, they gonna take
That was
his
him.
family.
That was him.
Man, that's good upbringing. That's why we are who we are today because of that strong foundation. So with that being said, under that strong foundation, what has been some of your inspiration?
I had a lot of inspirations. I had like my first teacher when I had the speech impairment. She was my inspiration. Her name was Miss Zimmerman. I'll never forget her name. I was her. Well, that the year that I was in her class was her first year of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up in Arizona, I was probably maybe 8 of black people in the whole entire school. So um, because of my speech impairment, the children teased me because I stuttered. And I stuttered because I couldn't talk after the traumatic experience. And then I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't talk because I stuttered and the kids made fun of me. So they wanted to put me in special ed because of my speech impairment. So she believed in me enough to say that there's nothing wrong with her. We just need to find out what it is, how to tap in. So she petitioned the school board and she asked me if she could tutor me every day after school. And what she did was she made me act out what I wanted to say. And that's how I developed my acting ability without knowing.
Wow.
So what the devil meant for evil, God turned for good.
Good. That's amazing. I didn't know that. You know, as far as history and research and for the last what has been 13 years, something like that, 14 years since we found out. Since brother husband,
I think 2010.
It was 2010.
Yes, since 2010.
Brother husband talked to my dad on the phone, and I don't know how long they was on the phone. They was on the phone a good while. So they went way back to the woods of Tennessee, Texas.
Yeah.
And Bobo and Blair, they started talking about dominoes too. But those were time, and I'm super excited that I've had the chance to live this and be a part of what's taking place here. You know, because family, I didn't realize I had so much family here, and that's on my dad's side, even on my mom's side. So it's huge. I'm the last of 7 with my dad.
Really?
So yeah, sometimes I thought I was like, I'm the last one. My bad, you know. So that's cool. We're gonna take a quick 30-second commercial, and we'll be back, and we're gonna really get into talks.
Okay, I'm ready.
Playwright, award-winning playwright,
I'm
Evelyn
ready.
Jones Reed. We'll take 30, and we'll be right back. Just asked about Wix, located at 2405 South Collins Street, Arlington, Texas. And Wix has what you need for your special occasion. From birthdays, graduations, holidays, pop-up workshops, album releases, and much more. We have custom lighting, stages, high-quality sound, and free parking. Visit us on the web at wix.live or call in today, 817-652-1121. Live Wix. Come see us. And welcome back. We're here live at Live Wix with Miss Evelyn Jones Reed, award-winning playwright. So, you know what the real questions are, right?
Okay.
And, your gifts and what you utilize, and how you utilize your gifts and bringing the masses together with your gift. Playwrights. Tell us a little bit about it. And what made you become a playwright?
I didn't seek to become a playwright. My thing was to be an actress. I love theater, singing, dancing, tap dancing, all of that. How I got off into writing plays was I was married to my first husband, and I spent too much time away. I really did. I would leave because I still work. So go to work 5:30 in the morning. And as soon as you get off from work at 5 in the evening, then I get ready for rehearsals. And I wouldn't come home till like 12 at night. And he was like, "This got to stop." But he didn't say it that nice.
Right.
You got to make a choice. So, and afterwards, I stopped acting. Then I got into depression and I started writing down my thoughts.
Mm.
So I never studied the concept of playwriting, but I knew I had a gift of what I wanted to do. So I just started writing my thoughts, and my previous pastor, Ralph Emerson, he had asked me, would I do a play for the church? And that was my first major play. I used to write little scripts for Sweet Home, when I was there. That was my first big major play, and I think it was a Christmas play. We had probably about 75 or 80 people in it, the very first play, and thank God it was a big success. So from that part, I knew I had the gift, and then I started tapping into it, and then started studying more, because you really should study. Because I didn't study to be a writer; I studied to be an actress.
I would only imagine research you have to do, even studying research, even coming up with the topics, coming up with a brainstorm how it works. I'm pretty sure, and that brings me up to this question right here: how do you go about writing a play, character, plot, setting, something else, whatever it may be, and all this stuff? How do you go about doing that?
Well,
Is
first
it
it starts with a thought, an idea. So I would say to anyone, no matter how small the thought may seem to you, write it down. I write down things in my phone. I have notebooks, notepads everywhere. I even have script writing on my phone. But whenever an idea comes to me, I'll write it down and I'll put the date, because it may not be 5 years until I go back to it, but I'll remember it.
wow?
And then when you start building your characters, just like you got to get your elements: the beginning, the plot, the ending, the climax. And it's um, there was a thing I studied, and I would tell anybody who wants to be a playwright to study this. It's called Save the Cat. Save the Cat will give you all the elements. It's like 5 beats that you must cover whenever you do a play. You want to get to bring them in the first, like the opening statement, what your play is about, who's the characters. Then you want to go a little bit deeper into who is your I can't say the ectonomist and the pachymus, whatever it is. Yeah, right, that.
Something like that.
And so you want to get the characters from that, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, in other words. And then you want to know from there, what is the purpose? Is the good guy, is the hero? If he is, what does he need to do to get to the ending? So everything else surrounds getting to the end. So
Makes me ask a
make sure
question.
you hit your
When
points.
you're writing those plays,
Yeah.
is there always a happy ending or is it a sad ending? You know what I'm saying? So,
It's life.
yeah, life. Yeah. So, 5 years. I can remember yesterday what I did and wrote it down. That's amazing. That's a strong brain.
Yeah, just
That's
gotta
a
write it
strong
down.
brain. So, even after you write it down, go back and capture that. Wow. Wow. So, how long, once you get dialed in, how long does it take you to write a play?
It depends. It depends. And the reason why I say that is because there's different type of playwrights. I consider myself a gospel playwright. Some people are mystery, some people are comedy. Everybody has a purpose, and everybody's purpose matters.
Mhm.
For me, my purpose is to tell you something that God has to say through the Bible without beating you up with the Bible. So some people like to do comedy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like to do mystery. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to know who you are. That's who I am. So for me, if I'm seeking God like I should, because that's what I want to do is tell His word. Sometimes it comes very easy. What I mean by that, I may ponder for a thought for a whole 3 months, and nothing ever comes. But when He finally gives it to me, I can't stop. It's just, and then you just be walking, and it just comes. But if I'm not seeking Him like I should, I just okay,
Sit on it for a minute.
okay, okay,
Wow,
okay.
that's amazing. It's kind of like we talk about writer's block and stuff like that.
You
And
do
you got
get
to
it.
take a break from it.
You do get it.
And
That is
eventually
real.
comes to you. Wow,
That is
that's
real.
amazing. You have had so many in your stage plays. How many stage plays, how many plays have you put out there?
I
Have you
have.
done?
I went professional in 2007, but from church, I've written a lot from the church. But as far as professional, getting my LLC and all of that was in 2007 is when I started. And that's the one I usually try to, because that's when I start paying to do it,
Right.
paying written theaters on my
Right.
own and all of that stuff and writing taxes for it. So
Wow.
2007.
So
And
many,
from
so
that
many
point,
plays.
probably 23 from 2007. Probably 23.
You know what? And I've been a part of a few of those plays. So, and she will give you an opportunity. She will help you get out there. You got to reach out to her. So, she's giving everybody an opportunity if they have a vision, have a dream. Reed is giving people opportunities to get on the stage and do their thing. Which brings to this question. God, so many people, so many stars you brought in. What's that feeling been like just to sit in front of you? Seen them on TV, seen them on the big screen. What's that feeling been like to just sit down and kind of say, oh, man, look, I got Mr. Grant in front of me. I got Aaron Nesby in front of me. I got so many people in front of. I mean, what has that been like? How
It's
do you
amazing.
feel when
It's
how
amazing.
do you
It's
feel?
amazing. It's amazing. It really is. And they're human just like we are.
Right.
When you reach out to them, I have dealt with some divas, but thank God I haven't, for the most part, not. But it is amazing because you begin to be like family, like Tony is just like family. That's just
Right.
how it is. In fact, Tony, whenever he does his schedule with the Temptation Brothers, in fact, he texts me his schedule just like, oh, you just assume you're going to be in my next play. He already texts me his schedule. This is my schedule. Get your dates around this date. But it's really neat to finally see that person that you wanted to work with for the longest. And then they're finally in your presence and you have the opportunity to learn from them and they give you pointers or something, or else they even take what you've done and say, oh, I was glad to be a part of it. And they generally do feel that way. The one person that I really want to work with, and that's my dream, and that's Clifton Powell.
That was a nice
Clifton
question. Who do you want to work with?
Why I love me some Pikey. That's my goal right there.
Husky like Pinky.
I love me some Pikey.
We're gonna bring Big Husky up here in a minute. So, it's awesome, man. So many people you work with. I mean, I got kind of excited just talking about so many people. Not only Tony, but Miss Nesby when she came in, she sung. I mean, we was at the church and rehearsing, and it just blew the roof.
Ann is my first cousin. Our parents are brothers and sisters.
You know what? I did not know that.
Yeah, we're first cousins.
Oh,
and Kim Whitley is a cousin, and we found that out. We're on the same side, which is my dad's side. We're a part of the Whitley, Collins, Jones, Mackey part, and so I'm from the Jones. And my father's parents had like 17 of them.
Oh.
And so Ann is part of that.
Amazing.
Now, I don't know at what part, Kim is from the Whitley part, but it's like 5 siblings, like brothers and sisters and their kids, and that's how they go.
Oh, wow.
We found that out at a family reunion that she's a cousin. I don't know how far down, but she's a cousin.
Wow. Howdy, we're gonna get into the play that we got coming, Entanglement. We're gonna get into that. That's coming up. How do you keep this on hush? I know when you get excited about writing this stuff. How do you keep this on hush?
You don't. You don't.
Some people, she's doing another play. Wow.
You don't.
I'm like, man, how do you? I'm like, just keep it on hush. I'm like, you got a lot of people around your family and stuff like that, and they know you're in there doing something, but they don't know what you're doing. It's like, how do you keep it on hush?
When my kids were little, when they lived at home, when I used to write, because when you brought up something earlier about the characters, doing the characters, well, you got to feel that character, you got to study that character, you got to know that character's habits. And I can remember like sometime before, not these plays so much, but the ones prior, I did a lot of crying in them. The character did. So when I write, I like to write with my eyes closed. And my son would be, Mama, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, like who's in the room with you?
Like somebody in there, I'm like, who that person is? Right.
It would, but you're feeling that character's pain because you got to bring it out on paper.
Wow. Look, it says, when you're doing your plays, how do you feel?
Oh,
When you're doing your plays and you're writing and stuff, that's the question. Say, how do you feel?
you got to feel it.
What kind of emotions are going?
You know, you were part of What in Hell Do You Want?
What the hell do you want?
Yeah, we did that one. Now, that particular one, Evan's character, because Evan was in hell. This is a true story. When they used to have Bally's on Oakland, the exercise place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was in Bally's, and I'm not claustrophobia at all, but I was having an out-of-body experience. I was taking a shower, and all of a sudden in my shower, it felt like I could not breathe, like I couldn't see anybody else, and I was there all alone. And I kept saying to myself in the shower, I'm gonna die and nobody knows I'm here in the shower.
Wow.
And just as fast as that came to me, that anxiety went away just that fast. When I got out the shower, I had completely forgot it. I got dressed and was getting ready to go to work. This is a true story. A lady who used to go to my old church, she saw me in the parking lot, and she's not a violent or mean person, but she just aggressively, she said, my nickname is Booney. She said, Booney, she said, I just was praying for you this morning. I'm looking at her like, okay. And she said, because I don't know what's going on. She said, but the Lord told me to tell you, whatever he said, do it. Just like that. And so we sat there. She said, he told you something, don't ignore it. Do it. So we sat there in the parking lot, and I said, you know what? I said, I had this strange feeling to come over me. I said, I started sweating. I started thinking that I couldn't breathe. I was being smothered, and I just seemed like a big heavy weight was over me. And I said, you know what? I think God wants me to write about hell. And then when I got to work, there's a scripture, because at the time I worked for AT&T. We could not have reading material on our desk. My Bible was on my desk. No supervisor knew to mess with me because it was on my desk. I dropped my Bible for no reason, just dropped it, no big deal. When I picked it up and opened to the scripture, that was my opening phrase. Hell from beneath is excited about you to meet you at your grave. I said, yep, this is it. This is it.
Amazing.
But I had been praying and fasting 3 months for that play of what God wanted me to do. And then when it finally came, I wrote that play so fast. And you were in it, and it was a phenomenal play. It was a phenomenal play. But he gave it to me. When he finally gave it to me, he gave it to me.
He did that too. He did that. I felt I had that feeling once before myself, and I tried to squeeze my little fat stuff in the MRI machine. When they doing an MRI on me. Get up out of here. I got out of there. I felt better.
I had to feel that for the character, because the character, when he it was a dream that he had, and he dreamed that he was smothered, and so he had to have all those emotions. But I had to feel that in order to put it on paper to tell him what he needed to do.
Man, that's amazing. That play, going back to that play, it was packed out.
It was packed, and God was good. I had the red eyes, fangs. It was a good play.
I was doing some research. I was looking at some of those pictures. You got some of those pictures on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
You had Terrence Gordon on there?
No, it was Darren DeWitt and Nesby.
And somebody else.
Kevin Thornton.
Kevin Thornton, not Terrence.
Yeah, Kevin was my first celebrity. Kevin Thornton. Kevin Thornton, Miguel Nunez, Ann Nesby, Tony Grant, Trisha Mann Grant, you, Big Husky, CC, Shay, Corey. God is just blessed, and I don't want to get too far naming, and then you forget somebody. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. We're going to take a quick 30. We're going to bring Mr. Husky up. Husky got a lot of questions for he want to ask. And I know I've been around a lot, so I get to ask questions when ain't nobody around. I get to talk to you. We're going to get some of that peanut butter cake at.
And I got your cake. Not today, but I got your cake.
No,
I
look at
told
I'm
her
prepared.
we
I left some room right to the left
no,
side.
I told her when I told her yesterday because I had a busy day. I said, "Oh, I forgot the cake because I have to take out the eggs, take out the butter because that's what makes it moist and all that." And I forgot. But you can come over Thanksgiving. I'll be happy. I mean, let's call it Easter. Yeah, Easter.
Yeah, do his thing.
Yeah, y'all come get y'all play Easter.
We're gonna take a quick 30 commercial and we'll be right back with Miss Tony. Miss Evelyn Jones Reed.
Just asked about Wix, located at 2405 South College Street, Arlington, Texas. And Wix has what you need for your special occasion. From birthdays, graduations, holidays, pop-up workshops, album releases, and much more. We have custom lighting, stages, high-quality sound, and free parking. Visit us on the web at wix.live or call in today, 817-652-1121. Live Wix. Come see us.
Okay.
My bread ain't done.
It's good to be looking good. Yeah, I know.
Come on. He gonna get to
You're
the
not gonna have
booning and all
surgery
that.
yet. Yes, I'm hurting from the leg surgery.
Big Husky.
We live.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Big Husky. We right here at Case Studies. We got my man Wix. Hey, he doing his thing. He brought me some cards. I'm not asking none of these questions. I
Okay.
need you to know. We got Evelyn Jones Reed in the building. Everybody in the building. We're gonna have some fun. This is the second half. So let me ask you a question, Evelyn. Let's get right into it.
Okay.
I've done plays with you. How hard is it to keep everyone in line when you have a bunch? Because I don't care who you deal with. Everyone has an ego. Everyone has different attitudes. How hard is it to deal with the different attitudes of the people when you're doing it?
You know what? I've been blessed to be honest with you. A lot of I don't know because of the way I carry myself,
Mhm.
but a lot of stuff that they go through, I don't know if it was over with. Because I'm like, I got five.
You kind of see how you do. You know you fired. You're mad.
No, I don't really fire, but I've been blessed. I haven't had drama. And I try to work with people that don't bring drama because I try to live a drama-free life.
That part.
I try to live a drama-free. And if you treat people with respect, they usually respect you back.
Okay. Let's talk entanglement. You got a brand new one coming out this year. Entanglement. You're thinking about bringing another one out. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Okay.
Tell us about entanglement and why people should come and see this play when you do bring it out.
Entanglement. Oh man, it's a triangle.
Okay.
Between a man and his two women.
There's two women.
His two women. Side piece, side her. We're gonna let her tell the story.
Oh, okay. Like I'm in audition right now. I'm ready for my close up. Which camera do I look into? So, why do you think it's important to hear the story from the side pieces?
Well, in the Bible, Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar. Come on. So we're telling it from Hagar's side, and we're telling it.
Oh, hold up.
Okay.
Please tell us you're not gonna name this baby Hagar.
No, Hagar.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay. No, but I'm just saying you're not gonna name her Hagar in entanglement.
Yeah,
She's gonna have a different name. It ain't gonna be Hagar.
That's her name.
Oh, we gonna be clowning that shade. Come here, Hagar. Go ahead.
That's her name. Well, it's important to tell her side because, you know, God told Abram and Sarah to do something, and what He would do, the promise to them, but they took it upon themselves to do their own thing, and they brought this lady Hagar into their situation. Sometimes we're brought into situations
Right.
that we don't want to be in. So, we're gonna pull us out.
So you've done a gang of plays. You've done 23 professional plays and a gang of church plays to go with it. Give me your top.
My top three. What in hell?
Let's make it 5. Let's make it 5. So
Okay.
you give us your favorite.
What in hell? is One, Preach the Silly Woman. The last one we just did, which you were part of, The Bishop's Wife. You got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. And then the next one would be When Hell is a Place Called Home.
Okay. I was on the set with Kevin Thornton and name just slipped my head. Man, Tony Grant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tony Grant.
The camaraderie backstage, the camaraderie when you did practices at your home. How did it make you feel to see when the actors were working behind the scenes and you got to see them? Like you directed,
Mhm.
you did your part, but we watched the other actors kind of help everybody, like the ones that didn't know about it, didn't know, about getting on stage, the ones that did know, even the ones that did know caught some stuff from the ones that didn't know. And so how did you feel to see your actors working with the other actors and kind of getting along to make the production better?
It makes you feel good. For me, which you know because you've been around me, I only birthed 2 kids, but most people consider me like a mom.
Right.
That makes you feel good. That means that what you're teaching them, kids are spreading it out. And it's just like a parent because you don't want your siblings or your kids fighting. So when they get together, it brings so much joy in your heart. When they're working with each other, they're trying to help each other because that's what we need to do. That's the whole part of it. It's no big me, no big you. We're here to make the production the best it can be. And in order for us to do this, we all got to be on board. So as a parent, it makes you feel good when you see your kids are doing their thing.
Okay. I have another question. So I noticed something. Food is a big part of your production. Everything we do is kind of centered around food and centered around the love of, not necessarily the love of food, but just love and food. Why is food so important to? I mean, because I almost see it like Big Mama,
Mhm.
and of course, yeah, I see you like a mom too. Why is food so important to your rehearsals and to the play when it's all said and done?
Well, most of the food when we have rehearsals, I usually cook.
You do.
I usually cook, and usually when you cook, when you're preparing somebody, you're giving yourself.
Mhm.
You really are. In order for you to take the time to go purchase the food, to take the time to plan out the menu, to take the time to serve it, that's a servant.
Mhm.
You're giving of yourself. So I'm a giving person. So and that's whenever people are gathered around a table or something, when they're eating, seems like there's love to me.
Okay.
And that's what I want my cast to be loving.
Cool. Let's stay right there. Let's
Okay.
go to a 30-second commercial and we'll come back in a second. We'll tell y'all a little bit more. I am here with the phenomenal, honorable Evelyn Jones Reed.
Oh, 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 family, quarantine. Get you some family, quarantine. Get you some. Oh, 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 oh. Family, get you some family, and get personal. Family, get you some.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, this is Case Studies. And look, I got the honorable Evelyn Jones Reed, playwright, actress, singer. Now, let me tell y'all something. She up here trying to front like she don't be singing and dancing too. She was in the last play, and they was dancing and singing, and she was with Naja and them, just Naja and them cutting up, acting up. Yeah, she think, well, I'm not going to miss the dancer and sing the part. Tell us, how hard is it to be in your own play, direct the play, dance and sing and act in the same play?
I used to act and sing in my play, and I got away from it. But this last play, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get myself back in my play. Okay. Nobody else has let me be in their play. I'm gonna be in my own play.
That portray your own. I always tell people that. I'm like, if they won't let you, make your own.
I know.
Okay. Let's talk Howard Reed. Let's talk Big Howard. That's my boy. Hey, I've never seen someone so supportive of their wife. A lot of women wish that their husband was as supportive as yours is. Tell us why it's important that he is a supportive of you.
Howard is my rock. Howard is my ride or die. He is like, whatever you want to do, baby, let's do it. And that feels good because when you're trying to be creative, you don't need to have somebody, what you doing? Why you up so late? He respects that. He understands that. And he wants me to succeed because if I succeed, we succeed.
Mhm.
And that's the whole thing. We, he's right there.
I seen an interaction with you too. We were at your house,
Mhm.
and you were trying to get us all together, and Howard was hyped. I've never seen, I've seen people when they're trying to talk to their spouse during something and they get real rude. You didn't get rude. You looked annoyed because we was cutting up. I was cutting up with him. I'm hyping Howard up. You better do it, Howard. I'm hyping him up, and you just casually looked over, and I think y'all gave each other the eye. It was like one of the twins activate, and he immediately calmed down. Let me get out of here. Let's go. He was hyped, but I didn't see you emasculate him
Right.
or emasculate him or anything.
Right.
So you just kind of give him a look like, hey, I need to get him back on task.
Right.
He kind of looked at you like, okay, I'm out.
Right.
Why do you think it's important that people see that you don't emasculate your husband?
Because he's my husband.
The Saints don't be doing that though. A lot of people, how they talk about their spouse, I'm like, woo.
He's my husband. He, as they say, don't get it twisted. He's still ahead of the house.
Come on. I thought so. I was never worried because I know.
I'm a strong independent woman, but he's still ahead of the house.
Come on, somebody. But I think people need to hear that. I think, especially us, we need to hear that it's important that you don't, emasculate your husband. He can still be the man.
Yeah, he's still a man.
But he still listens. The fact that he's a strong black man, but he still listens. Like he still, when you're in charge, he still gives the respect of, okay, she's in charge right now. Right. I think that's very big. Why do you feel like that dynamic is great between you two?
I think it's great between us two because he knows this is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, as I said earlier, he wants me to succeed. Now, if there's something that he may not agree with or something, he will pull me to the side and say, baby, did you think about that? Or and let me see it from a different point without saying, I don't think you should. And I think that's how we work together. And that would be the same for him. I would never, why did you do that? It would be like, baby, can we talk about this?
Mm-hmm.
And then we come together with it.
Okay. What was it that you saw in Howard that made you say that's the one? That's that. Okay. If he say will you, I'm gonna say yes.
Well, I tell you this, Howard and I, we dated. We started seeing each other in July. We were married in November.
Okay.
We knew right then.
Okay.
That was it. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. I went to his church for a fine arts conference, and I was going to Arizona 2 weeks later for a play. Well, while I was there, I was in my car talking to the coordinator for the one in Arizona. And when I got out the car, this is a true story, the Holy Spirit said, your husband is in there. Got in the building, saw Howard, didn't think nothing about it, went out my head as fast as it came in there.
Wow.
So, we married.
Come on, you better go to a conference and come out with a husband. How much was the conference? I paid $37. I left with a husband. I left for a lifetime. It's $37.
Because I was about to leave, because when I was talking to the guy over the phone, well, we were breaking for lunch, so instead of me eating my lunch there, I took my lunch to the car so I could have that private conversation. I started to leave because it was somewhere else I needed to go, and then something came back and it was your husband.
That point, you just paid that $37.99. You better get back in there. The conferences always be an odd number. $32. Just you and your spouse. I don't have one. For you, it's $17. So let me ask you some things. I know that you're a great playwright. I know that you're a great actress and all of that. Who is Evelyn outside of what she's doing?
Well, I love arts. I love to cook. I love family. I love pets. I think I'm the best mom.
Really are. I like the fur baby. I don't like dogs, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm the best fur baby mom, and a lot of people don't know. The older people that know me from the past, I'm also licensed silent.
Come on, let me find out you be in church.
So I do that, and I'm also a photographer.
Okay, and you do well at photography.
Yeah,
I got some pictures. Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you. At the end of the day, we know that you serve the Lord. But why is it so important that you put the Lord into an entertainment aspect for the world to see?
There's so many stories in the Bible that you will, if you will never have nothing to talk about. It's important to me because, like, as I said earlier with Charwick, everybody has their mission. You know, some people are comics, some people are want to bring causes to women's thing, but mine is to save souls. My purpose, that's my purpose. I don't want anybody to die unsaved. So if I could do that through entertainment, then use that platform that God has given me, then that's who I want to be.
Many people, the last play that you did, The Bishop's Wife, many people have been accused without it being investigated properly. And we're not even just talking about by the law. We're talking about, you know, somebody said something about so-and-so and everybody believed it without investigating. Why was it so important to put that story out at the last time that you did the last play?
Well, because just you really hit it. I mean, really, because we go around and we incriminate people, we judge people without knowing anything about them, without even getting to know the person. If you tell that person, well, don't speak to so-and-so because they're so-and-so. Okay, that's my friend, so I'm not going to do that because of so-and-so. But we haven't got to know that person and know what that person's about. And so I thought that story, and then too, men are being accused, just like women are being accused. And bringing that to life, to saying that there's two sides to every story. Her opinion is not always right. So this time I thought I'd step out on the man's behalf.
Relax.
Oh, my bad. He said, sit up. I was like, wait. No, you got to listen to the producer. But the producer like, get up. You got to wait. We're going to go to a 30-second commercial. Case studies. Evelyn Jones Reed, the Honorable Evelyn Jones Reed, the award-winning Evelyn Jones Reed, the great cook Evelyn Jones Reed. She's going to put me in the next play, Evelyn Jones Reed. We'll be back after these messages.
All of it.
Coming to the Metroplex, September 2021. Live Wicks presents The Mellow Soul, an open mic Thursday. Calling all artists. If you're a rapper, R&B, spoken word, poetry, we want you in the building. Mellow Soul Thursdays, right here at Live Wicks, 2405 South Collins Street, Arlington, Texas, from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. every Thursday, September 2021. Come on out. We want you in the building.
Studies right here at Live Wicks 2405 South Collins. Y'all need to call them up because they got some stuff for you. You can rent the place out. They got Bamalade and all that. And then you call Charwick Reed. He'll put the number up somewhere in a commercial or something. But right now I'm here with my homegirl, the Honorable, one of the most intelligent women I've ever met. The one thing I like about you, and I think I bring this story up every time I do an interview with you, you're straightforward. Like you literally,
I am.
a lesser man would feel some type of way. I didn't. I took it as a life lesson, a lesson. You were doing a play and you sent us over the play stuff and we did the commercial how we thought that you would want it. And she sent this back. She sent her reply was, I could have done this. And I was like, you sure right. Now, she let us keep our money. She was like, y'all keep the money, but we're going to go somewhere else and do it this way. And I didn't take it personal for this reason. Because if no one tells you that you're doing wrong, you'll continue to do wrong.
Right.
You'll continue to mess up. I like the fact that you were direct. Because a lot of people will say, well, that was great. Oh, I like that. And then go behind your back and be like, that was trash. I like the fact that you were upfront. Like, I could see your face when we were talking on the phone. And you was like, no, Hush, I could have did that, Hush. Come on, you got to do better. I didn't take it personal. I just got better. I said, okay, so she ain't going to be telling me this next time. I'm going to go do better. Why do you think it's important that people get the upfront you as opposed to the smiling in your face and behind your back talking about you?
I never want to be two-faced with anyone. I want you to know who I am from the get-go. I'm a yes or no person.
Right.
I'm not going to do anything to mislead you. if I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you.
Right.
But I'm not going to be.
Right.
That's not me.
Because it
I
wasn't
gain
rude.
nothing. I gain nothing from tearing a person down. I gain nothing from that at all. But if I have a discord with you, and I know we do, and we can't resolve it, I wish you well, and I just kind of
slide out.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah. I like that about you, because it showed me two things. It told me that you were honest enough that you wanted to see me win, but it also showed me that you didn't care who I was. You know, a lot of people, they care. They won't tell you something because they think you're something. You didn't care who I was. You was a respecter of no persons. You was like, bruh, you got to do better. So, but you brought out the best in me. You made me go and do better. And it's because of you I do better. And so I want to give you your flowers on that. And then I want to give you your flowers on allowing me to be a part of anything that you do. It's always a pleasure. If we could have one great play, and you actually got to pick the biblical character, like they came to life, like they came to do the play, who would it be? Besides Jesus? Can't be Jesus. It's not fair. Everybody would pick Jesus other than Jesus.
Probably the woman at the well.
Okay.
And because parts of me have been her.
Okay.
I've done things that I wasn't proud of, but I made it.
Okay.
So, and that would probably be her. Because from when God saved her and he delivered her, because a lot of times we beat ourselves up on stuff that we shouldn't beat ourselves up on. And then we could grow from it and teach, as the older women you get, teach the younger ones. So,
okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take a real quick 30-second break. We're going to come back and we're going to end it all because she got things to do and she got to go home and make that peanut butter cake.
Peanut butter cake, banana pudding. You're going to come.
Banana pudding because I'm there next Sunday.
Easter. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to be here next Sunday because I need to eat. I got to eat good. So
cake,
we're going to come back in 30 seconds to end the show. It has been so great. You're awesome. Come on, it's Evelyn Jones Reed, the wonderful, the only, the honorable playwright of all time. Evelyn Jones Reed. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be right back.
Just asked about Wix, located at 2405 South College Street, Arlington, Texas. And Wix has what you need for your special occasion. From birthdays, graduations, holidays, pop-up workshops, album releases, and much more. We have custom lighting, stages, high-quality sound, and free parking. Visit us on the web at wix.live or call in today, 817-652-1121. Live Wix. Come see us.
What's up, everybody? This your boy, Big Husky. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Do your intro. I'm sorry.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Sean, right here. Live Wix, 2405 South Collins Street. Hey, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Want to make sure you guys continue to follow Live Wix and Platinum Wix Studios right here in Arlington. And Live Wix is giving people the opportunity to showcase their gifts. So make sure you guys tune in. You follow Live Wix, follow Platinum Wix Studios. And once again, I'm super excited about having award-winning. Award-winning.
That part.
Playwright.
She got awards.
Producer, singer, songwriter, all the above, Miss Evelyn Jones Reed. And she's going to tell you a little bit more about herself before we close, okay?
Well, it was a pleasure being here with my cousin, with Big Husky. And if you're not doing anything on Saturday, October the 18th, Black Academy of Arts and Letters, 7:00 p.m. And our pre-show will be at 6 p.m., Dallas, Texas. Cool. And follow me at www.evelynjonesreed.com and Evelyn Jones Reed on all social media.
Y'all follow me.
Trying to get Brother Husband get up here, but he say no. Hey, he say we good, but Big Hus.
Y'all follow me on Instagram. Always remember this: if you come up, stay down. Stay down. If you come up, stay down. Always.
Hey, everybody can't go with you. They come with you, but they can't go with you.
That part.
Always remember to be true to yourself, because when you treat yourself, you can be true to everybody else. People respect you for what you're doing. They won't talk about you. They do talk about you, be all positive things. So once again, tune in. Live Wix Case Studies, episode 6 with the lovely Miss Evelyn Jones Reed. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.